Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So today I pulled out the purse. This is the second one that Darla sent me a while ago. So I already did the rectangular one and I only had one frame, so I can't do it again unless I buy more frames. Obviously you can buy more frames. This came as a set, so you have to do this twice because it only comes with one mold and each one goes on each side of the frame to make the purse. So we're gonna have to do this twice. And then this is a shaker mold. So this one would be poured with clear and it will fit on the front of the purse like so. And you fill it with glycerin. If you want a wet shaker, you could do a dry shaker. I'm not quite sure which one I'm gonna do, to be honest with you. I'll have to think about that, but pulling it out of the package as normal, there are scratches on the mold. Hopefully they won't be too evident. I don't know. We may have to coat them. They both kind of have like indentations from the packaging and the mailing and whatever. So this is heart shaped and this is the frame and it came with a cord or the chain for your, handbag. I also have these. Now, some of them I found out on the last one I did come with these already installed. These did not. Don and I had a difficult time trying to do this. So we're going to have to do it again because we have to install them. And this is what holds your stuff in. And it needs to go like this, wrapped around. And this one's even going to be harder because it's heart shaped. So they wrap around. They have to go into the groove so it will fold on the inside. That way when you open your purse, your stuff doesn't fall out. So when they're folded, what holds it in, we use 2-part epoxy and we put the epoxy in, then we stuck the finished piece in and glued it all together. So he doesn't know I'm doing this. He's surely going to be happy to do this again. I can bet you any money. He's going to be like, no, not again. But yeah, we're doing this one today. So I'm thinking, and some of you may not like my theme, but I'm going to do beach themed because I have all kinds of stuff to put in a shaker for a beach. Hopefully this is deep enough for all my little shells and stuff. We're gonna find out. I might have to change the plan. So I'm gonna pour this, one of my new blues from my Pixis. Let's see, probably the Sky, I think is the lightest. And I just want it, should I do them both? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one side opaque so you can't see through the purse. And then maybe I should do both sides opaque. I don't know. Let me mix up some resin. You know I always change my mind when I'm mixing resin. So let me get that. This doesn't hold much. I don't know. I'm gonna do like 6 ounces. That needs to be clear and the rest will be this. So I'll pour that first and then I will put the color in it. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Be right back.
Glitz and glitter, lighting up the night, painting dreams with a shimmer so bright, rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flare, diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell, turning the ordinary into something to tell.
I did 6 ounces. I put it through the vacuum chamber first because I need this to be bubble free more than anything. I could always put it through the vacuum chamber again after I mix my color. We'll see what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I didn't want that much alcohol in here. I don't want like an alcohol mark. That was a lot of spray that just went in here. So I'm just going to let it dissipate for a second and pour this in and set it aside. Hopefully those scratches don't come out onto this very good because it'll be clear. So it might be really hard to see them. Not like that cross mold that I got and did the other day with metallics showing them. I could just not get rid of them. Let me see how much that held. Well, that took 2 ounces. Let me make sure I don't have any bubbles. Let me find a tool of some sort. What's that? Oh, that's the mold. I don't see bubbles. And I'm not going to shove anything down there because I don't see anything. If there are bubbles, then we definitely have to fix them. Oh, I take it back. Give me a moment. Let me find a scribe. You don't want bubbles, because if you do put the glycerin water or whatever mixture you use, it will leak. So you don't want bubbles. Now, if you buy 2 sets of these, then you can pour it all at the same day. But because the kit comes with 1 set, and of course I didn't even expect her to buy me this, let alone 2. So we're gonna pour it in 2 days. And I may just do the other one off camera because it's basically the exact same thing. And I did decide to do an opaque purse because, let me get that bubble out of here. I don't want to see through it. You don't want people seeing what you have in your purse. So that's why I'm going to do the opaque and not the transparent like I originally planned. This is the most important part, to not have bubbles, not even one. Otherwise, we'll be fixing them. I think there's one back here. Yep, there it is. You need to get out. Let me zap you. Gotcha. And moving this around caused it to come out. So I don't even really want to trim something like this. I really want it to be as close to perfect as possible because I don't know what to expect. I haven't done this before. I know a lot of people have done them in the past, but I've never done one. So I'm going to take every precaution necessary. I don't see anything else. Okay, I'm going to move that aside. I've got 4 ounces left. Let's see how much it takes. Now, the question is, do I put it back through the vacuum chamber or not? I guess if I don't mix it like a maniac, it might be okay. I know a lot of you guys want these. Unfortunately, I got them before the tariffs, and now Temu says sold out because they don't have them in their warehouse here. So we're gonna have to be patient on these. But when you can get them, I recommend you get them because they are so pretty. And they're pretty like opaque if you put enough in there. I'm gonna try my hardest. Maybe I will add some alcohol ink to it too, because this is like shimmer like crazy. Which one was it? Let me check these inks. Is it this one? No, that's too dark. I think it's called Sky. I just got these in. Come on. Open. Yeah, Sky. 6 drops. Let's see what that does. Just trying to stir ever so gently. I don't think that is opaque though. What can I do to get this opaque? Put more alcohol ink in? Probably not. I mean, I can put in, whoops, wrong lid. I could put in mica powders, but do I want to do that? I might have to. I don't want to use up my whole entire bottle full of this glitter paste as I squirt more in. because I'm going to need some for the next layer too. Oh gosh, you know what? I have to match the other layer. Oh boy. Wasn't thinking about that. So I think that was 12 drops and several squirts. Oh no. Well, gosh, you guys, let me see it on a, well, it's not that transparent. It should be okay. It's what we're gonna have to go with. Or should I see, if I start adding mica powders, then I'm never gonna match the front to the back unless I do the back like a sandy color, and this could be the front. I'll have to think about that because I am like OCD about my colors matching. And I really, really, and this is, you could see it on the side. You could see right through it. Let me grab a little mica powder. This is the closest I think I'm gonna find, blue-green. So I might already be changing my plans for the two sides. Just a tiny scoop. I hope we still get to see all that sparkle. And I'm trying so hard not to mix like a crazy person. So I guess I'll be surprising you tomorrow. Can we see through that? It's hard to tell with that blue stick. Oh gosh, let's see. Yeah, we could still see through it. I guess I could have just put it on the back. I need a little bit more. There is no way I would ever match what I'm doing right now. So this might be my front. I don't know. I got to think about it. Is that better? Let's see on the side. Well, we're getting there. It's not really taking away my sparkle. In fact, mica powder adds sparkle, so I guess I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to get it in there now. My plan just went out the window in like less than 5 minutes. At least it's the same shade, right? And I'm stirring this so much. I'm going to throw this through the vacuum chamber, you guys. Let me just get it stirred up. I have time. We have like 40 minutes to work with this, so let me see that. Yeah, can't see through that. Let me debubble this again. Yep, there was a bunch of bubbles in there. I'm gonna go around this just like I did before. I think there's no. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Let's just pour it like this and let it flow on its own. And I think I said I had 4 ounces in here. I know these don't hold very much at all. It's got a really, really thin wall. I'm holding my breath. I don't want to over pour this. I also, you know what? I want to squash some bubbles out. Hopefully, maybe if I do that, pull it out. See those bubbles? It only needs a little bit more and I'm gonna have extra. A little bit more right there. And that is domed. Let me see how much it took. What did I say? I had 4 in there. I got just over 1 ounce left. So it holds 3 ounces. Where's my little... Lots of little bubbles. I think it was from all these additives I put in there. So let's hope we have no bubbles on the sides. I think you can see through it. Let me look. Well, I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't even think my scribe is small enough to get in there without it coming out and over. All right, well, now we wait. I'll set that aside. I'm gonna find something for this extra and be back when we demold this one. And hopefully I will have an answer as to what I'm going to do with the next side.
Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair. Diamond shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems.
It's the next day, everything's cured, and I think I have come to a decision, but first, let's get everything undone. So I poured all the extras. That blue came out stunning. I will never be able to recreate it. So that's what I decided, since I can never recreate what I just did. Plus, I think this is going to be the back of the purse now that I've been thinking about it all night. I'll just do the solid color for the back. Aren't they cute? I don't know. I love every color. It doesn't matter. Everything's almost every color. Most mica powders are gorgeous. Doesn't matter what color they are. I just want to empty all of this because I know I'm going to end up with extra again. Here's some hair clips that came out so cute. These are the diamond ones from Into Resin. So I will just glue on the little backing. That little piece off. So pretty. Not sure how many more backings I have for this mold, so I need to check that before I continue using it. Here is, I just poured one of my flowers. It's always a good backup for less than a ½ ounce. Beautiful, always gorgeous. Okay, so I'm anxious to see how clear this one came out and how much room we have in it. Oh, I got some trimming to do. I thought I fixed that. There are some minor scratches, as I expected. What is that? Something in the molds. But that's okay because we're going to be filling this. And I decided we're going to do a dry shaker because whoever ends up with this, it would be terrible if it sprung a leak and there would be glycerin water all over. But I don't think it will. I'm going to be using like 5-minute 2-part epoxy, and that stuff holds like crazy. You will never be able to get it off if you wanted to. Will we see the scratches? Probably not. And then this is the back. So I will set this aside. I do need to trim this. Let me see if I can snap that off without hurting anything. And then I will use my nail file. That was just a thick piece. Use my file to take that edge down, which I need to go all the way around anyway. That just kind of stinks that it's, well, I don't think you'll be able to tell. I will spend some time on this, making sure it's perfect. Well, as perfect as I can get it. I'm going to, let's see, move that out of the way, move that, move all this stuff I don't need. Let's see what this looks like. This was 3 ounces, right? So I'm definitely gonna have extra because I'll be adding, oh, did I not tell you what I was gonna do? Okay, so I'm gonna add sand and 2 color blues, just like an ocean. Possibly some white. I mean, you're not going to see a ton of it, but you will see some of it. Okay, good. No bubbles anywhere. This barely needs a sand, like barely. Like this is all that it needs. So I didn't do too bad. Nice. And this will fit into the frame like this. Does this go on a certain side? Well, no, it can't go on a certain side because it's the same. So it fits in there. Why did it not fit in this side? What is this for? That. There is a piece that I'm not sure is bent up in here. Before I continue making this, so that needs to be bent up in there, I think. Yeah. How in the world is this going to fit? There's a piece of metal in here that's controlling the clip, which needs to be in there. So I'm wondering how I fit this in with it. Oh, it's in. But does it work? Is the question. I'm gonna have to mess around with that a little bit before I continue on to make sure. I think I'm gonna have to rebend it, push it back up in there. I probably need Don for this one. And of course he's not home right now. Let me see something. Somehow, so yeah, that has to be tight in there in order for this to connect. So that has something to do with it. But getting this to fit, I didn't have that problem on the other one. Well, I got it in. And it's okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and make it. We will figure it out. I'm gonna make this work. So, excuse me. As I was saying, before dilemmas popped up, I'm going to pour the bottom in in sand. Use Sky and Lake from Pixis, and pour 2 colors. Might merge a little bit of white in there. Let me grab some white pigment paste and just kind of put it in with a dotting tool or something and spread it. I'm not going to blow it out or anything because I don't have the layers to do that on this. So let me mix up 3 ounces and yeah, let's figure this out. I can't remember if I needed 3 or 4, and it was only last night, so I mixed up 4. So I'm going to split it a few ways. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of white, the smallest amount. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it though. And then the 2 blues, and then some for the sand, which I want not much for the sand. I want more for the blue because I don't want all this extra sand. So I will do the sand in this cup. I was gonna pour it in. I was gonna pour the sand in there and then go do everything else. But then I'm like, the sand will probably go all the way up the rim, so I'm just gonna pour it all together. But I want them to go through the vacuum chamber. Get this sand in here. This sand that you purchase, the play sand, is one of the only ones that don't change color in resin. I'm just hoping it's not rough. I kind of want Let me take a little bit of this. I kind of want it runny. Normally I don't want my sand runny, but today I want it runny so it's under a nice layer of resin and it'll be smooth and not bumpy. That's what I'm going for. I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, but I hope so. I want like a layer of resin to come upon the top of that, which I think it will. Even if that was it, I think that would be good. I don't know. Okay, let's mix everything else. So I'm gonna do, you know what, instead of pigment paste, let me do white alcohol ink. I don't know if I have anything left in this one. I don't want it too heavy. Is this one empty? I think it is. Okay, that one's gone. What are you taking up space for? Let me find another. This says white pigment, but this is a little more liquidy than the ocean white. Of course, it's not open. Why would it be open? That would be too easy. Can't believe I've never used this one. I've had it for years. There's green on the top of it. Oh, great. Let's see what I just want the littlest bit of white. Let me get that green off, whatever that is. Oh, that's from my thumbtack. You know what? Let me get this first squirts out. Is that going to be white enough is the question. Don't think so. This is a little more easy to mix in completely than pigment paste in this little tiny bit. Okay, that looks good. I don't need to vacuum chamber this. I'm not going to do the sand. Well, maybe I will do the sand, but I definitely want to do the blues. Oh, but you know what? I didn't want to see through them. So let me grab mica powders. Man, I did not have this like planned out very well at all. So I'm going to use the same color I used for the back, so at least part of it is going to match. That'll be the dark blue. And then I pulled out my haze, which is my light blue. Since I can't use alcohol inks, I keep forgetting I don't want to see through the purse. Okay, that's good. And then this one. Oh gosh, it's so hard to open these bags with gloves on. I need tweezers to separate that. There we go, look at that. Let's do a little bit. I don't want to use more than I need because this is all that I have of haze. And I seem to be using it a lot lately. That looks good. Okay, I'm going to run these through the vacuum chamber. And you don't need to wait for that. Oh, look at that. I have mica powder sitting on top. See? Got to mix it good. That would have spoiled it. Hopefully none will come to that surface. All right, we'll pour in a second. Here goes nothing, you guys. I don't even know how to begin this because I don't want like one color to take over the whole rim. I guess that doesn't really make a difference because this is the portion you're really gonna see. So I guess I'm stressing over nothing. I think let's just start like this. It probably would have been easier to use 4-hour fast cure. Let me get the sand down. Oh gosh, the vacuum chamber really vacuumed it to the bottom. Great. I don't know if the sand is gonna fit down this little tiny ledge. It better. Or I have bigger problems. Please go down, please go down. I don't even know if I could see it on the side. I'll have to use a stick. I just want to get like the first layer so we can get the colors to stop running together. Okay, I'm just gonna squash it in. That will work. Okay, now I can finish pouring colors. And I'll do the white last if I use it. I don't know if I need all this. Maybe I do need the 4 ounces. I can't remember how much I used yesterday. I'm sure I could go watch the video, but too late now. I guess it was 3 ounces because I have a lot left. So let me get this all squished. I just really want the sand to be under resin. Hopefully it is. Hopefully. I have no bubbles. Just gonna, it's a very like rigid mold, so I can't very well open it that far. Let's see here. What I don't want to happen is the color taking over my sand like that. And I also want to now remember the shaker is going to be on top of this side. Blend them a little bit. Pop some bubbles, see what we're doing here. I'm not sure if the white's gonna work. I'm gonna put a little bit in. And kind of like move it myself. I guess you can get a straw and blow it too, but I don't have the layer to do that. This might actually just disappear, I'm not sure. Get some down on the sand. Let me try a straw. I have one sitting here. I don't think it's gonna work though. Oh, it's not bad. Now the question is it going to stay like this? I don't know, and I really can't dome it anymore, even with a little bit more white. But like I said, there's gonna be a shaker over it, so I don't know what I'm stressing about here. Spray it. So I'm just gonna sit here and watch this for a while and try to keep this up here until it gets thick enough that I don't have to watch it anymore. Because that's what I don't want to happen. It's like a low spot in the sand. Maybe I could just add a little bit of sand, but then little dam there. I don't want the sand out of the resin, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe this was like too ambitious of a project. I should have just poured it a color. Will that get under there? But again, it will be under that cover, so I don't know what I'm freaking out about. It should be good. I will have to trim these sides because I have some running over. See, my white's gonna be gone. Now, if it just stayed like that, although you're probably not going to see the white either as I'm doing all this. I don't know why I'm doing all this. It's going to be under a shaker. Okay, I will see you as soon as it's cured. Let me pour all this stuff into something. I don't know. Let me find some molds. I've got this little turtle mold. I'm going to stick the sand in, I think. If it'll fit down there in his head. Not sure. It's really pretty thick. It definitely will need to like make sure it's completely cured. Gosh, I hope his head is going to be full. I'm just squashing it in the best that I possibly can. I'm sure I'll have a bubble in the tail. Don't worry, guys, it's not going to spill out. It's really thick in there. I wonder if I can get a little stick down there. Not sure it's going to fill in, but we could certainly try. Just need a little bit more. Not that much. Then I pulled out like little teddy bear mold. I'm gonna have to fix that. That's too full. Let's see if we can get a bear out of this. Oh, I don't think we are. Don't think so. What can I do with this little bit? No, that's not enough for a bear. You know what? Let's make some sandy turtles. Something in there. Come on. It's so hard to work with gloves on. Let's spritz this one today. These always come out cute. I've made them with sand before. It's like they were meant to be. And that's why I don't like mixing stuff into my resin. I would rather mix my resin into my stuff because you end up with extra of whatever you just use, like sand in this case. And sometimes you don't want to waste like nice stuff like shell or whatever. I don't care about the sand, but when you're paying for the shell and things, that's why I mix resin into it. But in this case, I couldn't do that. A little bit more. Get in there. These will be cute. That one's good. I think I have enough for one more. Yep. That's it for the sand. I don't have a whole lot of these left, but I can probably make a couple more hairpins. Where's my little spatula? Will it fit in here? Yep. I'll do butterflies off camera. You guys have seen me do those enough, and they take a little while to drip the drops in. Let's do the bigger one. These are best if you dome them, that way you don't have trimming to do before you add the clip on the back. It's a nicely cut mold, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, all I have are scrapings left, so be back in a sec. I got the extras done, so I just put the flat back bales on. Didn't these little sand ones come out super adorable? They are so cute in sand. So I just did all these off camera because I didn't want to waste today's video time on doing that. So I put a magnet on the back of that, and I put all the clips on the back of the hairpins. So these are all finished and ready to go out to somebody. I didn't demold this little turtle yet. Maybe I can do it now. Look, I got his tail this time. This one needs to be completely and utterly cooled down, or his head will break off every time. And it is cooled down. Let's hope his head doesn't break off because of all the sand now. So that's the other issue. There's not a lot of resin in there. Come on, don't break. Please don't break. Ever so gently. There we go. He's adorable. And he's got a full tail. Huh, it's got blue in there, but he's got a tail. So I'll finish that later. What I've been doing for a while here, I trimmed everything. I have this on a dryer sheet to stop the static that will happen inside of there. So I'm just letting it sit on there, but I trimmed the edges so there's nothing sharp. I trimmed the edges of this one so there's nothing sharp. I used my deburring tool because that's like the cleanest cut. So I'm going through my room to find everything that I have that will fit in here, and I just keep testing it with this to see if, because a lot of my seashells didn't fit, I was getting a little nervous. So what I have chosen are a couple starfish. These shells fit the best, these flat ones. I do have some shark's teeth that were given to me, so I have a stash of shark's teeth. I have these little seashells that I have put in stuff, these little seashells, and then I have flat back pearls, not that one, that only half the flat backs fit in there, the full ones did not fit in there. So I've also pulled out, here's my little stash of cool shark's teeth that the locals, my friends, gave me from finding at our local beach. I pulled out my white sand from my local beach instead of this sand, just because I thought it would look a little nicer in there. I pulled out some of this crushed shell from another local beach. I might add a little bit of that, and I pulled out my crown of gold glitter to give it a little bit of sparkle. I've also pulled out, where did they go? Oh, these little teeny tiny diamonds. So what I'm gonna do, oh, I can't do this yet, I gotta demold it, but I just wanted to, I'm not gonna put that on there yet. All this stuff has to come off. Let me get all this off and set aside, and then we'll demold this together. All right, let's get this out. Oh, I thought it was completely cooled down, but it feels a little bit bendy still. I had it on the heat mat. Oh gosh, I hope it's not too early to get it out. It's coming out now, I don't have a choice. It's a little bit bendy. Let's just get it into its perfect shape. know what I'll do? I will put it in here to get that cooled down perfectly in that, right? So I do need to trim this, which I can do no problem. So look at the colors. I lost most of the white, but there's a little bit in there. The sand is sticking out a little bit, but not where it matters. So it's smooth around this portion, but we got a little bit of a crackle effect, which is strange because I didn't put clear in there. So it's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't mind it. So I'm not going to trim this edge until it's completely cooled down. But until then, what I'm going to do is put all this stuff back in as gently as I can. I've got tweezers out to do this. I don't know how much or how little to put in, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna put it all, and then I gotta turn everything back over for the nice side to be up, because these will not flip over with the case on. So whatever the good side, like the pearls, you want the pretty side up. Oops. Or it won't turn over, which is a good thing because you don't want the stuff turning over. So I just want to make sure all my shells are the right way. Pretty sides up. That side's prettier. We'll do that side. I got tons of shells to get back in here just to get this out of the mold. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of stick them in the center because all this stuff needs to be in here so we can glue the edge. I pulled out my JB Weld 5-minute fast set. It's a 2-part, really stinky epoxy, but it holds forever. Here's a shark tooth. I want that the right side up. And another cool shark's tooth. Oops, this guy's flipped. Pearls. So don't rush on this section because you don't want anything to be upside down. And it's all going to get combined in with the sand and the glitter. I understand that. But I'm going to try not to put too much. I just want a little bit just to shake it. Just get all this in the middle here. I didn't want it too sparing either because it's a shaker purse, so there's got to be a happy medium, I'm thinking. So you could tell it's a shaker purse. I didn't want all this stuff sitting in water either, so I guess that was a good... I don't know if those starfish would disintegrate in water over time or not. My guess is they would. Everything else would probably be okay, but not too sure about those starfish. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get everything else in. Some of these little diamonds. Get a little bit of sparkle going on in there. We'll put extra. Then some crown of gold. And this is where the dryer sheet comes in. So you want no static on, especially if you put glitter in. So let's hope I'm not making a mistake. I'm only going to do a little bit. Just enough to give it a sparkle. I don't want any static on there. So this stuff, I'm going to try and take... Oh, you know what? I don't want much of that. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's test it. See if everything's going to move. Yep, everything's still moving. And a little bit of sand. Get a little bit of sand here. Like, we'll do 3 scoops, not too much. I don't want a lot. I want to see the pretty stuff. So let's just like tap this with the dryer sheet. I do want to clean around the edge where I'm going to be gluing with alcohol, so I'm just going to try to move all this into the center. Grab me a paper towel. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of this. You want it super duper clean because you cannot clean it later. We can clean the outside later, but you go around that lip where the glue is going to go so there's no oils from your skin. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, I think that'll be good. See, that's why we check it, because these are not flat against the thing and they were not shaking. So let's try that again. Okay, everything's shaking. The glitter sticking. So I'm not going to put any more glitter in there. And it's okay if it sticks to the back. I think I'm good with that, as long as it doesn't stick to the front. That needs to be flat, flat. Now that I just shook it all up, I need to reflatten it. I'm so nervous about the next part. Okay. I'm gonna mix that up, put it in a piping bag off camera while this sits in here, so I don't feel rushed. I just want to get all these. Okay, that should be good. And then once we glue it, you don't want to move it at all. All right, I'll mess around with this and I'll come back to glue it. I decided not to do a piping bag. So this is 2-part, just like regular epoxy, 1-to-1 by volume. I don't measure it in any kind of way because I don't ever use that much. So I just did like 4 squirts, as equal as possible. And then you mix it up as good as you can. And you don't have time, you have to rush, which is why I don't like using this. Like it says 5 minutes. And the thicker it is, the deeper it is, the less time you have to use it. So I'm not going to do the piping bag thing. I think what I'm going to do is put it on with this all around this lip. And I made too much up, but too much is better than not enough, because you wouldn't have time to remix. So I'm just going to literally go around this as fast as I can. And then we'll set it on top of the heart. And then I will not come back to touch this for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. I'll check on it. But I should have time to go around this whole edge because it's so thin now. It's not going to like cure really quickly. Just make sure you're ready. Don't mix this until you're completely and utterly ready. Just hope I'm not putting too much. Some of it might squish out. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how to clean that off. And it'll probably squish out on the inside too, which is why you don't want to shake this. Otherwise your stuff will get glued to the inside glue, you know what I mean? Okay, I think I got it all. Hopefully. I didn't miss any spots. I don't think I did. So you want to do it the first time the right way without moving it. I could see the glue going to a little bit did come out right there, not too much. I could take like a little cotton swab, get rid of that. That looks good. Okay, I might put something heavy on top just until it's completely sealed. Let me just wash that down with a little alcohol where I just rubbed that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That's the part I was worried about the entire time I was making this. Oh, looks like I have more to get off over here. And then I'm going to wash it down while it's wet. Come on, get off. We don't want you on there. Okay. I think that's good. And now we wait. Yay! I did it! Oh, did I move it some? I might have moved it. I gotta rewash this side. Come on, give me a Q-tip here. Make sure it's clean. Don't walk away until you're happy, or you're gonna have some smear marks dried. That looks good. That looks good. Clean that off. And I'll clean the top when I'm finished. Just want to make sure I didn't get glue on there. Yay! Look at that! Oh my god, it's so cute! Oh, I just said not to do that. Don't do that. It's gonna stick to that side now. I couldn't help myself. Shoot. Don't do that. Don't do that. So yeah, those little pieces are never gonna move again. And probably that piece right there. Okay, I'm walking away.
In her studio where colors blend, Michelle's creations have no end. From coasters bright to jars that gleam, she brings to life each shining dream. Glitz and glitter, watch them dance in Michelle's hands, they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day. Bowls that shimmer, blooms that shine, each piece crafted so divine. With silver hues and shades of blue, her art reflects a vibrant view. Glitz and glitter, watch them dance in Michelle's hands, they find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day. Pouring passion into each mold, stories and colors silently told. A touch of sparkle, a dash of grace, Michelle's art, a radiant in space. Glitz and glitter, watch them dance in Michelle's hands. They find their chance. Resin flows and sparkles play, crafting beauty day by day.
We're rounding third base, guys. We're almost to the finish line. So look what I did. I put some gorgeous blue rhinestones all the way around, which gave it another barrier of glue around that edge, even though I don't think I needed it. Now, a few of them did stick to that side, but I did get some off as I was shaking it. And then when I was shaking it, my little starfish got stuck on top of a shell. So the more you shake it, the more you can get it moved. So I'm sure that they will come off. See, they do come off. You just have to work at it. So it's not a total loss. It's really, really cute though. What do you think? Now I've already glued the bottom piece in, and I'm getting ready to glue the top piece in. So what I did, and I need to put this in to show you, to open the purse, this side had to be shorter than this side. So that's why we glued this side in. I used the two-part epoxy again. It's dried. And then I was able to mess around with the measurements of this side. In fact, that side can be a little bit shorter because it doesn't have to open quite as much. So I'm just kind of pushing it in, opening the purse, and that's much better, much, much better. And this side can be a little bit shorter too. So I'm just gonna adjust that where it goes, reopen the purse, and that is about good. I think this side can go a little bit higher. Let's try that. Then once I get it pushed in there, then I can mix up my glue. Whoops. And try it again. No, that's so much better. That's perfect. Okay, so now that I do want to clean around this thing because I feel like sticky parts. I flipped over my paper because there was glue everywhere. So make sure you're not gluing your purse shut. Get everything clean. And make sure it's all working before you do that. All right, so now that I pushed this in, it's leaving me an indentation of where the glue goes. So I'm just gonna leave this in here until I get my glue mixed up. I need some gloves because it is epoxy and it's no fun to get on your hands. And I mixed up too much last time and wasted a lot, so I'm gonna do, I just do like big drips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good drips. And then the same thing for this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't have a lot of time to work with it, so make sure you're ready. I'm just gonna mix it up for a minute or so. This stuff stinks pretty bad. So if you have a mask and you're sensitive to smells, you're not gonna wanna smell this stuff. However, it works amazingly. When you glue something with this stuff, it ain't coming off. I tried, trust me, I tried to fix mistakes and there was no budging it. I'm just trying to mix it as fast as possible. And then once, I've already trimmed the other side of the overhanging plastic. You can use fabric if you want. I just didn't have a nice fabric to go with this. All my fabrics were for tumblers and they all have like pictures on them and stuff. So I didn't think you wanted like puppy dogs inside the purse or anything. Okay, I'm gonna pull this out. Oops. Oh, shoot. It pulled it right out of there. Now I gotta quickly recheck this. That's good. Okay. Push that down. Push that down. Get a groove, and all I'm gonna do is pour it in. I don't really have a lot of time to mess around with piping bags, so all I did was pour it in a little high so it doesn't like get all over your sides. If you do get it on the purse, wipe it off as quickly as you can. It will come off. I'm just gonna go all the way around. And this will adhere it forever. Oh, that was enough. That's good. All right, so let me scrape out a little bit over here that I missed. No big deal. It'll squash. If you put too much, it's gonna come out, and then you gotta start cleaning. Okay, so I'm just gonna lay this in the frame. Make sure it's where it belongs and leave it. I swear when I say I'm not touching it this time, I'm not touching it. I already learned my lesson. I'm just gonna wipe off the top of this. And that's gonna be it. All I gotta do is trim these, but I'm gonna leave them down until it's dry. If you have anything coming out the sides, I have a little bit over here. Why did I feel sticky something over there? I just wipe it with a little wipe and then wipe it down with alcohol to get that residue off, and you will be good to go. That should be good. I don't see anything. I really don't want to touch it with my fingers. That side. I think that's good. All right, I'm gonna let this sit and cure for about 30 minutes, and we'll show you the end result. She is finally done. I put the handles, I put the strap on. This is the only strap I have left. It came with, yeah, it came with this one. The other one came with a different one. So, I mean, it's not completely and utterly dry, but good enough for me to show you. So as you open it, you can get into your purse. Nothing should fall out because of these things. So when you close it, they fold inside. Just make sure the little straps are facing out. It snaps shut. It shakes. So beautiful. This is so cool. I'm so glad I got to make it. Thank you so much, Darla. I hope you're watching so you got to see it done. And this is the only thing I didn't show you, the little turtle. All I did was go around these little ruffles, and that's what I'm calling them, highlighted his little shell and gave him a little face. So that's everything, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I know it was a long one, but I think it was well worth it. I hope I inspired you. You should try one. This is probably still available on eBay. If you want a chance at it, it's in there. So check out the eBay store. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Ooh, 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 ooh. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace, in her art we see his face.